What's up, guys? We're here. We have a mock draft Monday. Haven't had one of these in like 2 weeks. This is gonna be our fifth full every team mock draft. We're doing 2 rounds today with trades, and a little special thing I wanted to throw in here is I'm going to make these picks as fast as I can. Also making trades pretty much like I'm on the last second as a GM, like last second rushing to get the pick in. So hopefully you guys like this. If you have any ideas for any future videos, please drop them in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching, and let's get to the video. Alright. First, Mendoza. Second, going David Bailey. Get an edge rusher in there. Get a guy who can pass a rush passer. 3, we're going. We're going Fano. 4, Love. They didn't sign a running back in free agency. Titans need a running back. 5, a little different here. Going Arvell Reese at 5. Top talent in the draft. Just don't pass on him. Take best player available. 6, tackle. Freeling. Has had one of the best combines out of all the tackles. 7, Sonny Styles to replace Bobby Wagner. 8, Bain. Get a guy off the edge. 9, you got to replace the corner you lost. Go get the best corner in the draft, Delane. 10, a little difficult here. They have a specific way of drafting and like maybe safety. But I'm going to go Peter Woods. Get a defensive tackle. Young defensive tackle there. 11, you trade away Waddle. Get a wide receiver. 12, could look to trade back now that a lot of these guys are off the board. Actually, Caleb Downs is still on the board. I think the Jets are going to move up for him. Where's the Cowboys? 1644 for 1292. We'll throw that Kansas City 6th. Bang. Jets move up for Downs. Rams. Take best player available. Magoa. I always go Vega Ione here. Why not get a big wide receiver to go on the outside? $15. You know, would have had him last pick. Let's go Vega Ione. Cowboys after trading back. Do you just go corner here? Or do you go like edge rusher, defensive tackle, safety? Let's go Dylan Thieneman. Get a safety over there. Another safety over there. Detroit. Take best player available. Lomo. Once again, best player available to Minnesota. They need a corner. Panthers. Get Bryce Young another offensive weapon. And one of the best tight end prospects ever. 20. Cowboys' second first-round pick. Huh. Defense, look at corner. Go Colton Hood. A guy who could play the outside, play the boundary next to Bland. 21, the Steelers. offense, or do we go safety? What's that linebacker right now? Jay Allen. Do we bring them in another edge rusher? Why not? Grab Keldrick Falk, a bigger defensive end. Yeah, bigger defensive end. Chargers. I made this pick before. We're just gonna go Pregnon. Could go Basantis, but I think Pregnon just fits their team better. Eagles. As an Eagles fan, personally, right now, I want to trade back. Who's on the board? Lemon, Terrell, Proctor, Blake Miller. Why not? Team that I have taking Blake Miller. Kansas City. Why not? To Philly. Boom. 29 for 23. Just throw 74 in there. And get like 178 back. Or 197. Why not? Bang. Blake Miller. Browns. Mekhi Lemon's on the board. Don't pass on him. Bears here. Could go Caden McDonald. He's just not like what they need though. That's the whole thing. Is he's more of like he doesn't have the pass rush ability yet. Why not go get Akeem Messidor? Go get yourself an edge rusher. Bills. There's really nothing here that I like for them because I feel like it would all be a reach. So we're going to have... This could be a spot for Arizona to trade up, actually. Give up this and your future second for 26. Yep. Bang. Done. Cardinals move for Ty Simpson. Give up their next year's second round pick. 49ers. You need a tackle. I'm not in love with Caden Proctor, especially for the Niners. I think a guy like Ian Achor would fit them much better. He definitely needs some work here at his footwork, but being behind one of the best tackles ever in Trent Williams, you're going to develop. Texans. Now, with Ian Achor being taken, you could definitely go Proctor. But I think looking at one of the best players available, Caden McDonald's here. And you need a guy in that interior of that defense. That the defense is already insane. But just to add a guy like Caden McDonald who can stuff the run consistently makes that defense even more deadly. Eagles, 29. You have like no safeties on the roster. Go grab Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Team him back up with Quinyon Mitchell. Dolphins. Their second pick, they took Carnell Tate. Why not go get your number 2 position of need in corner? And I'd rather a boundary corner than an interior, than a slot corner here. So Brandon Sisse out of South Carolina. Got the Patriots. Definitely could see them moving back. Offensive-wise, they're looking for a bigger receiver. I mean, Omar Cooper could fit that bill. But I think a guy like Chris Bell had the injury. He's coming back from injury. I think could definitely, like, it's definitely a first-round talent-wise, but that injury could make him drop. So I don't know if he actually goes here, but that's just where I would want him to go. Seahawks just extended JSN. Need to get younger at younger and cheaper at premier positions. Go get a guy like TJ Parker. And now we're on to the second round. The Jets here already have Bailey and Downs, traded Dallas back their second round pick to move up and get Caleb Downs. They need another weapon. Geno is going to need another weapon. Omar Cooper, I kind of feel like, is that Garrett Wilson type player. So I don't want to, like him and Denzel Boston, I don't want to take that for this team. I'm going to get him more of like a slot guy who can do everything in KC Concepcion. Right here, 34. Bills traded back. Cardinals jumped up to go get Ty Simpson. Bills pick up a future second. The guy had them picking in their personal mock draft. I'm just going to do it again and take Jacob Rodriguez. Get a guy who can make plays on that defense. Titans, second pick. I think you want to bring in another edge rusher. A guy like Malachi Lawrence is sticking out to me. Play every down. And can still get to the passer. Raiders. You lose Crosby. Now, you don't lose Crosby. So, you don't have to worry about the edge rusher position. Why not go fix your offensive line? Go get Chase Basantis. Protect your brand new cornerstone piece in Fernando Mendoza. Next up, Giants, their second pick. They took Arvell Reese. Had them taking Arvell Reese. They don't need a slot corner. I could see Miami moving up. They have a lot of draft capital. Where's the Giants? Giants, bang, 43 for 37. Do they give up 87? And then get back like a future fifth? Okay. Yeah, so Miami moves up. And they need offensive line help. Go get Caden Proctor. Jump the Texans. Go get Caden Proctor. Texans now have to take offensive line. Definitely a guard. I don't like Jennings Dunker for this team. I just don't think he fits them schematically. So a guy like Keelan Rutledge, I would prefer him over Jennings Dunker. For the Texans specifically. I think Jennings Dunker is a better player overall. But Keelan Rutledge is better for that Texans team. Browns. Avion Terrell. Do you really need a slot corner? Maybe you just go best player available. Take Avion Terrell. 40 here. Chiefs. Already took one defender and an offensive lineman. So you kind of have your offense completely fixed for now. For this year at least. You need to fix that defense, so why not go get a guy like CJ Allen who can be that centerpiece of that defense with Nick Bolton going forward, because you lose Leo Chanel. Drew Tranquill's contract is coming up soon, so go get another linebacker for that room. Bengals took one defensive lineman. Let's go keep adding to it. Guy like Zion Young definitely fits the type of player, or Gabe Jackas, both of them. But I think Zion Young will be the guy. Saints, you need a corner. You need a secondary corner. One of my favorite players in this entire draft, Chris Johnson, out of San Diego State, works out perfectly. Giants, after trading back, you need a wide receiver. Why not go grab the best player available, Omar Cooper? You traded back from 37, could have had him there, and you trade back and you still get him. So it works out. You pick up future capital. you pick up pick 87 in this draft, so now you can select more players. Cowboys. What did you take so far? Safety. So you revamped your entire DB room. Why don't we go? Where's edge rusher? Gabe Jackus, Christian Miller. You don't need a defensive tackle. I think you just need more linebacker depth, especially with losing Logan Wilson. Go take Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas. He'll play alongside Demarion Overshown as long as he can stay healthy. Ravens took wide receiver. Now you're forced into taking offensive line here. Offense or defensive line. You need to build the trenches up. Jennings Dunker, same thing as the Texans. Just don't see it. Caleb Tiernan, potentially. But I think more of your need is interior. Sam Hecht, potentially. I think he's more of a third-round guy. Parker Brailsford, the same. Defensive line. You have a lot of defensive linemen available. Let's go Lee Hunter. I think he's better than Christian Miller currently. Bucks. You need an edge rusher. Gabe Jackus kind of fits that team. But also Cassius Howell. Traits. What does he lack at? Bend, pursuit. They're both like. The only issue with Cassius Howell is the size, but I think that's a kind of edge rusher that the Bucks don't mind. So why don't we take Cassius Howell? Colts with their first pick. They need an edge rusher. Bucks pass on Gabe Jackus. He's not going much further. Falcons, they need a wide receiver apparently. I don't think that's true. They have a lot of wide receivers now on that roster after free agency. Corner, could definitely see them going at next round. There's a lot of depth here. Why don't we go? I don't like any of these edge rushers. Go Christian Miller. Pretty much best player available. Yeah, he was best player available. Vikings, they need a safety. AJ Halsey. I personally think Genesis Smith is better than AJ Halsey, so we're gonna go Genesis Smith. Lions. Now we're talking Jennings Dunker. Panthers. You lose Rico Dowdle, and I think if you wait, you're going to miss out on all three of these top running backs. Now you do have another running back behind Chuba, but he's had injury issues. So why not go get an explosive guy like Mike Washington Jr.? Packers first pick, they need corner really bad. They don't need slot corner. Keith Abney's shorter than this says. He's like 5'10" actually. D'Angelo Pons is 5'9". Like, these guys aren't the kind of corners that I like. Keith Abney potentially. But I think a guy like Traden Stukes, he came in here, ran a 4.33 at 6'1" or 6'2". I'm going to take Traden Stukes out of Arizona. Steelers' second pick. We took edge rusher, could potentially take linebacker. No. Safety. Why don't we take AJ Halsey here? They need a safety, play alongside. I mean, it's not like a guaranteed need, but then you have to deal with whether or not you play Jalen Ramsey at safety or you play him at corner. AJ Halsey gives you the option to have him play both, and AJ Halsey can come in and be like the future there. Eagles. Took safety. Definitely was a big need. Tight end wise, I don't like any of these tight ends to pick here. Edge rusher. Same thing. Like I don't want them picking R. Mason Thomas just because of his size. Josh Josephs is lighter. We need a guy who could be in the game every down. Deny Dennis Sutton is going to be available in the 3rd round. Caleb Banks, but we're paying defensive tackles already. So it's kind of like, why would you take the risk on the injury? Linebacker. Let's keep him in Philly. Get the brothers together. Josiah Trotter. Why not? 55. Already took guard. You need an edge rusher. You really do. You lose out on Odafe Owe. Khalil Mack's only there for 1 more year. I think a guy who's severely underrated is Derek Moore. And I believe he was a freshman or sophomore under Harbaugh. So why not? Actually, I don't know. He might have transferred in. I don't know. But went to Michigan. Harbaugh was Michigan coach. Makes sense. Jags first pick. I would look linebacker. Like Jay Goldday just is too early. They have, I don't know what pick they have after this. Edge rusher, no. I'm taking the chance on it. Caleb Banks, you really need a defensive tackle there. And you take him 1 pick before the Bears could take him. Bears need a safety. They need safety help. Kamari Ramsey, I think, or Jalen Kilgore. I think Jalen Kilgore is more of that like slot corner guy. So it's risky taking him with what you have already. So taking Kamari Ramsey. Now, I definitely could see them taking him, but I think you take Kamari Ramsey here. Niners. You don't necessarily need corner, but Pons is here, and I think they take a chance on him. Texans, we need offensive line. What else did we take? We took Keelan Rutledge. Just get a tackle in the room. Crown over. Bears 3rd pick of this draft, 2nd in the last 4 picks. You really need a defensive tackle. Now, these guys are just not, like Darrell Jackson, Grace Halton, it's a bit smaller. Testing comps. We're at a 4.82. What's his weakness? Flexibility, bend and leverage. I mean, why not? Just go take Grace Halton out of Oklahoma. Get yourself a defensive tackle who can rush the passer. He's a bit on the smaller side, but that's fine. And last 4 picks, if the Rams didn't trade away their other pick, they would have had 2 first-round picks, and they probably would have taken receiver and offensive tackle. I'm going to keep the same. They're going to go Denzel Boston, get another receiver in that room to replace Devontae Adams, probably most likely after this year. Broncos first pick after trading for Jalen Waddle. Wow. They do need a defensive tackle. They really do. Or safety. Did we take Kilgore? Ooh, Kilgore would not be a bad pick. Linebacker also. Like Jay Goldday, it just seems like a reach here. R. Mason Thomas, like they're not looking for an edge rusher. Offensive wise, I think you can find better tight ends. I'm going to go Darrell Jackson. Big Darrell Jackson. 63. They needed edge rusher. I think R. Mason Thomas just doesn't fit the size bill. I mean, Josh Josephs is still just as small. Traits. Testing. Ran a 4.67. What about Josh Josephs? Testing. Didn't run. He's got the arm length. R. Mason Thomas does not have the arm length. So we're going to go Josh Josephs. Joshua Josephs out of Tennessee. And then finally, the last pick of this mock draft. You lose Kenneth Walker. Go get his replacement in the Notre Dame backup running back, Jadarian Price. Okay. Overall, I think every team fits, goes and gets their need. There was a couple trades in the first, not many in the second. This is more just the trade back for the Bills, and then they trade back with the Cowboys, and then just the Dolphins moving up. Overall, I like the draft. Let's see, looking through this, I think guys that will work out the best in their situations are most likely Mansour Delane with the Chiefs. I think going into that Spagnuolo defense is definitely very good for a corner. Dylan Thieneman and Colton Hood going to the Cowboys is very good for them because of their new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. Keldrick Falk to play alongside. I don't think immediately he's going to make an impact. Just because there's so much depth that he might end up moving interior or something just because of his size. Blake Miller, I think, will do fine with the Chiefs. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, I like him as the safety for the Eagles. Chris Bell, love that pick for the Patriots. Looking at round 2, I really like Jacob Rodriguez to the Bills. I think he will transform that defense in a way. Looking on Chase Besantis, I think will fit right into that Raiders offensive line next to Linderbaum and the other Jackson Powers Johnson. Malachi Lawrence as well. I think he'll fit very well in that solid defense. Omar Cooper Jr. should play very well alongside Malik Neighbors. Mike Washington Jr. fits in with the Panthers. And Jadarian Price for the Seahawks. I've personally said he could go at 32. But I think with the needs of the Seahawks, they are willing to pass on running back. And just so happened he fell to them in this mock draft. So, overall, thank you guys for watching. This is another Mock Draft Monday. We're going to do this every Monday. We're going to do the single team mock drafts throughout the week. And thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe so we can get more videos, grow the channel, and overall, thank you guys. I know I've said that multiple times, but thanks. Have a good night, or day, or whatever.